This man has played with Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic and got one bubble title.
Yeah, that
a
bubble.
bubble title.
That
when
bubble
they
ring.
the COVID title. No fans. The NBA, desperate for relevancy and ratings, allowed the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James to win a bubble title. Other than that, it's been an abject failure. And it's all been about LeBron stat padding and chasing Michael Jordan. And they have to sell you the myth. You're watching history. But J.J. Redick, putting a rookie coach who's done a podcast and hosted some ESPN TV shows, this is a level of malpractice that is a serious mark against LeBron James's GOAT status. In his attempt to surpass Michael Jordan, LeBron James may have really damaged his legacy and reputation. His critics now have fuel to completely destroy his legacy.
Jason Whitlock goes off on LeBron James for destroying his legacy with the Lakers. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Let me be crystal clear here. I don't want you to think I'm denigrating LeBron's early years in Cleveland, his 4 years in Miami, his return to Cleveland. All of that, great. All of that makes him a top 5, top 10, maybe top 4 NBA player.
LeBron
all
is
of
the
that.
GOAT.
These 7 years in Los Angeles have been a psyop, a mirage, a narrative, a script that's been played out. He is Shedeur Sanders. The media has lied to us about what's been going on with LeBron James the entire time he's been in LA. I wish I could find the stuff that I was saying on Speak for Yourself when LeBron James came to Los Angeles. I was all over this, like the LeBron James Hollywood experience or experiment. And I said, I just don't think this thing's going to work.
And of course, by LeBron being LeBron, the power that he has in the media, whatever he says goes, whatever narratives goes, he's able to change things. So yeah, he won a championship in LA. Congrats to him. But what about the other seasons? Missing the playoffs, being bounced out in the first round multiple times, getting swept in the first round and in the Western Conference Finals. So he still got his stats, he still got his numbers, but LeBron James destroyed the Lakers.
Hollywood LeBron James is going to flop. It's going to be, to make another analogy, Sinners, a movie that the critics are overrating and hyping and calling a great piece of art, when anybody with a brain is like, this is a fugazi. This is a ripoff of Dusk Till Dawn, a total ripoff of that script, and this movie is patently absurd, it's racist, it's not any good. But all of Hollywood, all the media is telling us, oh boy, this is an Oscar-worthy movie. They moved LeBron James out of Cleveland and to LA to execute a script.
There's been talks about it being a script. I don't know why he left Cleveland. He really should have stayed. You left the first time and came back, won a championship. If he would have just stayed in Cleveland and did what he's doing in LA and Cleveland after winning that championship with the Warriors, I don't think it's that bad for LeBron James. But by him, moving all his stuff, going to LA and then having a little bit of success, getting his numbers, but at the same time being bounced out in the first round multiple times and missing the playoffs, he had a better chance of just staying in Cleveland, kind of disappearing from the limelight as far as mainstream, winning ball games and competing in the Eastern Conference. He possibly could have kept making the finals in the Eastern Conference way more than in the Western Conference. So I don't know why he left, but if I were LeBron, I would have stayed in Cleveland. Never would have went to the Lakers.
This is Black Panther all over again. And when we look at the results, he has a bubble title, the bubble championship, and a lot of failure in Los Angeles. They just paired him with Luka Doncic, one of the 3 or 4 best players in the NBA. Neither one of these guys, LeBron because of age and Luka because of a lack of desire and fitness, they can't play defense. The Minnesota Timberwolves basically controlled that game from start to finish last night. There was never a moment that I didn't think the Minnesota Timberwolves weren't going to win that game last night, and they end up beating the Lakers in 5 games. Remember Shannon Sharpe? Do we have the clip?
Lakers in 5.
I asked, yeah. Here's Shannon Sharpe constantly predicting Lakers in 5.
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe, he's on the bandwagon. He's on the Clutch Sports payroll. You know, he's a LeBron fan, and I get it. Salute him, rock with him. I don't disrespect LeBron. I know a lot of people call me the next Skip Bayless. You're just hating on LeBron James. I'm just telling it like it is. When he plays good, I say it. When he doesn't play good, I'm going to say it as well. And just all the narratives and stuff behind the scenes, that's the stuff that I want to go out in the forefront with. I want to know the behind the scenes of Clutch Sports. I want to know why LeBron James went to the Lakers. Why did you leave Cleveland? And as far as this series, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they were really going to win in 5. But when you got people in the media like Shannon Sharpe, you know, a fanboy to LeBron James, I get it. He got to say Lakers in 5, because if not, he can be kicked out of the circle, kicked out of that network. He can never really give his full opinion on LeBron James, but shout out to Anthony Edwards for destroying LeBron James' legacy.
Lakers in 5. Ant-Man, Superman, Dog-Man,
Yeah.
Man, Lakers in 5.
It was funny, though.
Let's play that collage of Shannon Sharpe, who a big part of this Matrix script as it relates to LeBron James, the hype machine. This is Shedeur Sanders all over again. What did I say? What went on at Colorado for 2 years? Media would show up, broadcast the game, and constant propaganda. You're watching one of the great quarterbacks in the history of college football. It's amazing what Shedeur Sanders can do. He can spin it. He's John Elway. He's Joe Montana. Tom Brady's mentoring him.
Yeah, they did go above and beyond for Shedeur Sanders. I ain't got no issues with him as far as the media, how he wants to portray himself. But if you're Shedeur Sanders, you overplayed your hand. You came in the league too boastful, flexing, and these NBA owners, you know they're going to have to make an example. So yeah, it could be some issues with Deion Sanders. Could be some issues with him, just the way that he was flexing, rocking the jewelry, and showing the AP. But at the same time, comparing LeBron to Shedeur, I get what Whitlock is trying to do, but I think it's 2 different things. But I know he's going to try to tie everything together.
Shedeur in 5, 5th round.
Damn. Oh, okay. Makes sense now.
Steve Young, Roger Staubach, Vinny Testaverde, Shedeur in 5.
Damn.
This is what the media does. It lies and propagandizes and installs icons. The LeBron James, I'm just talking about these last 6-7 years in Los Angeles. It's been a psyop. It's been a script. It hasn't been based in reality. This man has exited the first round of the playoffs multiple times while a Los Angeles Laker.
And this is putting a bad rep on his legacy right now. If you're LeBron, again, why did you leave Cleveland just to go through all this? You got your championship in Cleveland after leaving the first time, got multiple championships with that Miami Heat team. He could have been cool with just winning 3 championship rings and still going out like he's doing now, still going out in the first round, struggling to make it out of the conference finals. And then he could have played it that way. He really didn't have to leave, but I guess by him wanting to be in Hollywood, doing his production company, having networks in LA, the schooling for his kids playing basketball, I get it. But for him to leave Cleveland and to go through all this with LA, don't really know what direction they're going to move forward in after this season. Yeah, you got Luka, but is LeBron James going to want to play another year or 2? All reports are saying he will play, but LeBron, you might as well retire. You got your championship rings, got your money, you got your scoring title as far as the greatest scorer ever. You might as well just go ahead and retire, bro. It's official. Your legacy is destroyed with the Lakers.
This man has played with Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic and got 1 bubble title.
Yeah, that bubble.
A bubble title.
That
when they
bubble
were
ring.
the title. No fans. The NBA, desperate for relevancy and ratings, allowed the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James to win a bubble title. Other than that, it's been an abject failure. And it's all been about LeBron stat padding and chasing Michael Jordan. And they have to sell you the myth. You're watching history.
Yeah, the whole stat padding thing, That's what a lot of stuff is being said about LeBron right now. The media's starting to turn their back on Bron. He don't really have the same allegiances like he used to. Now that you got Stephen A. Smith basically saying he don't like him, you got somebody in mainstream that's going off on LeBron, calling it like it is. He is the new Skip Bayless when it comes to LeBron James, calling him out on the BS, calling him out on stat padding and other things surrounding LeBron and clutch sports. So yeah, this experiment looked good off face value, but years later, you go through the stats, it's not looking good for LeBron in LA, and it may have hurt his legacy.
This is unbelievable. LeBron James is going to surpass Michael Jordan.
I thought so too, I ain't gonna lie.
Never been a possibility. Pretty much after the first season in Miami, when LeBron wet his pants against Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. We never saw that from Michael Jordan.
As a Heat fan, that kind of broke my heart, man. The way that LeBron James wet the bed, scoring in the fourth quarter, wasn't a thing for LeBron. Averaging like a couple points per game in the fourth, losing like the way they did. I think they had a 2-1 lead over the Dallas Mavericks, but with LeBron James wetting the bed, mentally shutting down, he cost the Miami Heat winning 3 championships in that run that they had. LeBron James' legacy was over before it even started.
I got a lot of analogies today, and I just want to start there. LeBron James and Shedeur Sanders, they're one and the same. I want to play, and I'm going to save some of this for Scap, but the pressure that the Lakers felt and the abject failure of midseason trade for Luka Doncic and LeBron James bringing in his podcasting buddy, JJ Redick, to coach the team. How many coaches? LeBron James is a serial coach, a serial coach. And yes, he's supporting JJ Redick at the moment because, again, he installed JJ Redick. They were podcasting buddies. But JJ Redick, putting a rookie coach who's done a podcast and hosted some ESPN TV shows, this is a level of malpractice that is a serious mark against LeBron James's GOAT status.
Yeah, the whole hiring of JJ Redick, I get it. You want to put your people on, want to hire your friend, but maybe JJ Redick wasn't ready for moments like this in the playoffs. He may look smart on the podcast, on ESPN, drawing up plays, but it's different when you got to really coach these players when they don't execute. The frustration. We seen JJ Redick look like he was about to have a mental breakdown after these losses during the regular season and in the playoffs. So maybe JJ Redick isn't cut out to be a head coach right now. Maybe he should have stayed on the sidelines, be an assistant, be in player development, and really earn his stripes. But again, when LeBron and Clutch Sports, they have the power in media behind the scenes. Yeah, you're going to get JJ Redick to get opportunities like this. So maybe Steve Nash will replace JJ Redick by the end of next season.
I've been saying for years, Tim Duncan partnered with Gregg Popovich. Michael Jordan partnered with Phil Jackson. Kobe Bryant partnered with Phil Jackson. LeBron James has been installing puppets his entire career and removing them. And when he couldn't remove Eric Spoelstra and take over control of that Miami Heat franchise, he bounced, he left.
Yeah, Pat Riley wasn't going for that. A lot of turmoil, a lot of back and forth. I remember the bump that they had during the game on the timeout. LeBron wanted Coach Spo out of there, but Pat Riley, we got a structure. We got that Heat culture. Was it going to happen? So if you're LeBron James, is that one of the reasons why you left the Miami Heat? You weren't able to gain that power and control to install different individuals on your team into spots within the Miami Heat organization? I think that had something to do with it as well. I know they brought up the whole cookie situation. Pat Riley taking the cookies or throwing them away, but he didn't have the power in Miami, and he thought he can get that power back in Cleveland and on the Lakers. He wants to have the power if he's going to be in the NBA. As soon as LeBron James loses that power, I think you're going to hear an abrupt retirement.
He finally found a situation in Miami where he could have won multiple championships and established a dynasty like the other all-time greats. Larry Bird, Boston. Magic Johnson, Lakers. Bill Russell, Celtics. Kobe Bryant, Lakers. This is what the all-time greats do. Kareem, Lakers. LeBron James, or Steph Curry, Golden State, in his attempt to surpass Michael Jordan, LeBron James may have really damaged his legacy and reputation. His critics now have fuel to completely destroy his legacy.
Yeah, as far as LeBron destroying his legacy, especially in LA, I get it. Of course, with all the media powers that he has, all the alliances, yeah, he can kind of, change the narrative up a little bit. But now that we got the stats, we got the proof, this experiment in LA didn't really go well. No one respects the bubble championship. No one respects what's going on with LeBron James pat statting. Yeah, he messed up by leaving the Miami Heat, but he made even a bigger mistake leaving the Cavs the second go around, going to LA. So LeBron James miscalculated some steps, could have stayed in Cleveland after the 2016 championship, the 3-1 deficit, to come back and win 4-3. I think that stamped him, but I guess he wanted more. Guess he wanted more power, went to LA, and it's been a failure for the most part, minus the bubble championship. LeBron James destroyed his legacy.